Hello again. This is Kaya Radin from the Academic Achievement Center at MassBay Community College. This is the third video in the series for the Writing Placement Exam for the English department. This third video outlines the second step, step 2, in the writing process, which is to read the essays, annotate, and highlight. So if you can recall, in the last video we talked about reading and understanding the assignment. So after you read and understand the assignment, the next step is to read the essay. You're going to get a short essay along with a test question. So if you can turn to page 5 in the handout, we'll go over it together. So you want to read the title and the first paragraph of the essay. Don't get stuck on one or two hard words. Ask yourself, what is this person trying to say here? Remember, you only have 1 hour to take this test, so you don't really have the time to focus on each word that maybe is a little bit unclear, because you won't really have time to write a good essay. The best thing to do is to read a paragraph and get a general sense of it before moving on, rather than focusing on each word. So what you want to do is you want to annotate by writing a few, just about 3 to 7 words, in the margins summarizing the paragraph. Do not quote directly, use your own words. So in other words, after you read the paragraph, you want to put the essay aside and ask yourself, what is this person saying? When you can come up with a few words, again, not full sentences, not 20 words, just about 3 or 7, that reminds you what the main idea is of that paragraph. So an example would be something like this. This is an example of something you might write in the margins to remind yourself what the main idea was in that paragraph. Something like, Jones is against corporal punishment, or doesn't agree with Smith. So again, I'm not writing full sentences, I'm not using any of the words from the paragraph, I'm just reminding myself what was in the paragraph. This does two things. It tells you that you really understand the paragraph, and it lets you go back to each paragraph and remember what the paragraph was about. So you want to do the same for each remaining paragraph. You want to annotate each paragraph. So note that when you annotate, you write just a few words that do not need to be full sentences. If you read a sentence or section where the author directly tells you the main idea or gives a quote you think you might want to include in your essay, highlight it. So I do not recommend highlighting more than, let's say, 3 or 4 bits of sentences, phrases, or sentences in the essay. You don't want to fill the whole thing with highlighting. This is just a waste of time if you highlight too much. You just want to highlight very key points in the essay. Sometimes, but not always, the writer gives clues that he or she is giving you the main idea of the essay. Look for phrases like, so what I really learned from this essay is, or what I felt at the end of this experience was. As you read, make sure that the idea you thought was the main idea really is the main idea. Sometimes the main idea isn't given until the middle or end of an essay, and sometimes the writers will give you several ideas or start a discussion, and you're not really sure what the writer is trying to say until you get to the end. So it's important to not really tell yourself that you understand the main idea until you read and understand the entire essay. Often the writer will not directly state the main idea. You have to read the entire essay. Okay, so this again is very, very important. You want to read the entire essay. So now what I'd like to do is to have you turn to the back of your booklet, and we're going to look at the sample essay that is included in this booklet. And again, I want to stress that this essay is not the one that you'll get on the actual test. This is just an example of the type of essay you'll see. So on page 11 in the handout, there's an essay called There's No Place Like Work. What you can do is read the first paragraph and make some notes or annotate the first paragraph. You can do the same thing to the entire essay and ask yourself, what is this essay really asking? Then, if you choose, you can come to the Academic Achievement Center and review it with a learning specialist, either myself or anyone available. Let's see. So let's pretend that, along with this essay, you are given the following question in the directions of your essay. Why do people feel that their jobs are so important? So after you read the essay, you want to look back at the question and remember what the question is really asking. So now, after you've read the essays and annotated and highlighted, next what you're going to do is start planning how you're going to write your essay, how you're going to organize your essay. So you've now completed step 2, which is to read the essays, annotate, and highlight. And now, if you like, you can either look through the essays, and the essay included in the back of this handout, and annotate the essay, or you can continue to step 3. But I definitely recommend looking at that essay and trying out your skills of annotating. So good luck and congratulations on finishing the 3rd video.